Okay, concept number 3, equations with variables on both sides. So these get a little bit more complicated than the equations you've been solving already because these ones can have more than one solution. They can have one solution, no solution, or many solutions. So what you want to do is you want to look and see, can I get a variable by itself? Can I get a variable by itself? So like if you look at the one solution, I want to get the variables by itself, and the way you're going to do that is you're going to follow these methods right here. So number 1, you're going to collect variables on one side of the equal sign. So the way you're going to do that is the way you've been solving those other equations so far. So what you want to do is you want to use inverse operations to kind of move the variable over to the other side. So if I had 4x, I want to subtract it since it's a positive 4x. I'm not going to divide by 4. I'm not solving for x yet. I'm just moving this whole thing over there. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want positive values. Positive values are nice. So one solution means if I go 5x, if I want to subtract 4x minus 4x, I get 1x. So I get x minus 4 equals 5. Okay, I have a variable by itself. One variable by itself. That's how you know there is one solution. So what you can write on your little notepad or in your SSS is variable by itself. That is the big idea for one solution equations. Okay, so now let's talk about no solutions. You can have some equations that have no solutions. If I try and collect all the variables on one side, the variables are going to disappear. They're going to disappear, and I'm going to have something that says something equals something else when they're not the same. So if I look at this and I move 5x over here, if I subtract 5x from both sides, the 5x goes away here and the 5x goes away here because 5 minus 5 is 0, 5 minus 5 is 0. Then I get something that says -4 equals -3. What? In this universe, -4 does not equal -3. In no universe, maybe another parallel universe, but the universe we live in says -4 will never ever be equal to -3. That's how you know there's no solution. So you can think of something as two things are not equal, because -4 is not the same as -3. It never will be, no matter how hard we try. So there's no solution to that one. And then there's one other situation that can happen with an equation with variables on both sides. You can have something equals something and they're exactly the same. So if I have something that says 5x minus 4 equals 5x minus 4 and they're the same, if I have the same thing on both sides, I'm going to have a many solution situation. Really many means infinitely many. I can plug in anything for x and it's going to get the same thing on both sides. So I could collect all the variables and get 0, and then I'd have -4 equals -4, which is true all the time, which means I can plug in anything. It doesn't matter. I'm going to get the same thing. So those are the 3 types of solutions that you can have with an equation with variables on both sides.